supported you and your 2 kids?
No, with the amount she was making, she wouldn't have been able to support me and my 2 children.
How much was she making a week?
$425.
Did you feel responsible for keeping your kids safe?
Yes.
For instance, when Donovan tied you up and locked you in a closet, what were you scared of?
I was most scared for my kids.
When you took the gun and hid it in the cabinet, what were your intentions?
I didn't want him to have access to it.
When did you decide you were going to kill him?
Somewhere in the night while I was talking to Jordan, and I realized that there was no other way out.
In both your voluntary statement and your affidavit, does it say that Donovan was threatening you?
Yes.
Did the detective ask you about how Donovan treated you when you were writing up your voluntary statement?
No.
Terry from the women's shelter gave you aptitude tests and offered to help you to find a job. Why didn't you take the opportunity?
I felt worthless. I just figured no one would hire me. I had no experience in anything really.
Was Donovan drunk the night of June 17th?
Yes.
Were you scared that his actions may be more extreme because he was under the influence of alcohol?
Yes.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
We go up next, right?
You were definitely given a place to stay after the 3 days of the shelter. The night of the murder, you were able to take away the gun and hide it, where only you knew where it was. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, just repeat the question. What you asked? I'm sorry.
The night of the murder, she was able to hide the gun for her, like only for herself to know. Okay.
You may be seated. Yeah.
I will uphold the Constitution. I will not make this mock trial a travesty. And I think my lawyers are none nuts. I mean, yeah, okay.
Okay, bye.
How much you have?
Ooh,
yeah. Okay. One of those. Just pick one.
So what's your name?
Dr. Sydney Miller,
And how long have you been a doctor for?
for 3.5 years.
In that time, how many times has Stevens been shot?
I have personally seen her 6 times, but I looked at her records and she's been here for an additional 5 times.
Over the times that you've seen her, and based off her records, how would you describe her injuries?
They have seemed to be like she has been abused.
Did they seem to get worse over time?
Yes.
Did they ever seem life-threatening?
The last one, yes, the last time I seen her.
Can I introduce you to the other?
Yes, to the judge.
What up?
Hi, this is A. This is Evan's part A.
Medical record.
Okay. Can I have her read something?
Yes.
Can you read this from, it's from June 12th, it's like, comments about the injury.
Okay. Patient has been severely beaten. Patient denies injuries result of beating. Referred to a battered wife counselor. Possible internal injuries due to lack of oxygen. A broken rib, cleaned and dressed wounds, taped ribs.
So, did you ever try to persuade Stevens to get help?
Yes.
What did she do? Like, what was her response?
I have told her to I wanted to help her out and everything, but she totally denied everything.
Yeah. And do you have the power to personally file a police report
Nope.
about your suspicion?
Only to minorities, minority kids.
What does the pattern of denial usually mean with women who come into the hospital?
That they want to deny everything, that they don't feel like they trust anyone.
Do her injuries seem consistent with those you usually see among victims of domestic violence?
Yes.
Did you actually believe her excuses?
I personally didn't think so.
Did she ever agree to speak to the police?
She did once, but when the police came up to me and I spoke to policeman, he said that she denied everything. Maybe in your car.
You're talking to me.
You? Oh, yeah, you. Okay. So could you restate your name to the jury, please?
Dr. Sydney Miller.
And how many times personally have you seen the defendant?
6 times.
You've seen her 6 times? And how did the beatings look those 6 times?
They were mostly physical,
Mhm.
bruises, cuts.
Mhm. Now, were all of them life-threatening?
No,
No? Were any of them life-threatening?
the last one, yes.
The last one. And now, what did you do for most of these beatings? Did you just treat them? Did you give her any sort of advice?
Well, I gave advice to go talk to the police and file a report.
And what happened those times that you gave her that choice?
She denied it,
Every single time?
except the last one, but then when after speaking to the police, they said that she denied it.
Mhm. So, now you have no control over what a woman does in this situation. No. And would you say that you are any sort of expert on the syndrome, battered woman syndrome?
No.
No. Does she show signs of having it?
Yes.
Yes. And now, she's come to you several times personally with these. What has she said about the bruises and things like that? Did you say she got them from?
She said like she, like fell down the stairs or something.
And you figure that she lied?
Yeah.
Now, you said that she spoke to a police officer?
Yeah.
What happened when she spoke to the police officer?
Well, she told me like she would get help, and then after, I guess when the police came to help her, she denied their.
And she denied things to you also?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 questions. What was the question?
Have you ever seen cases like this before?
Yeah.
And like, what was like the cause of the beatings from the people from those other cases? Or I mean, like, I don't know how to phrase it. Were the injuries developed? Yeah. Yeah. Were the injuries correlate with beating?
Yes.
Prosecute.
You guys knew that she was a wife and a mother, correct?
Yes.
Now, you said in your report that you are allowed to report cases of child abuse,
So only 2 kids.
only about kids.
Yeah.
Now,
It's the woman's choice.
No.
Oh. Let's just,
you knew the last case was life-threatening, and you suspected that the beatings were from the husband. Wouldn't you also come to the conclusion to maybe do an investigation about whether or not the children were also getting abused if you knew that you had the rights to bring that up to a police officer?
Well, the thing is that she denied everything, so I had to go with what she says.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great question.
yeah, sit down.
That's it.
All right.
God, you're so
Bobby. I, O.G. Bobby Johnson. Okay, right hand, left hand up. I swear.
I swear.
To follow the rules of my trial.
Follow the rules of my trial.
And make sure that the defense wins.
And make sure the defense wins.
Have a nice day. Wait, that's the actual one. Make sure the defense
What, the BFFs?
Okay, what are your qualifications?
It's strange that she seeked the battered woman syndrome. She said she had it a month afterwards instead of during that time period.
Not really, because I don't think she would have accepted it at the point, or when she committed the murder, she probably wasn't thinking, oh, I'm suffering from battered woman syndrome.
And what were your first impressions of her? that when you first met her and when you talked to her for a while?
Well, it seemed that she was exhibiting all of the symptoms of someone that is suffering from bad woman syndrome.
How would you say she was intellectually wise? Would you say she was a smart woman?
You know, I'd say she's decently smart, but I feel like...
Objection to the opinion that he has no authority on.
He's an expert.
False.
He's
so-
an expert.
That's not anymore.
He's an expert on
Psychologist.
On battered women syndrome.
Psychologist.
He didn't do
Why am I talking to him?
He didn't do the intelligence test on...
She's a psychologist.
Yeah,
So
it's
he is. He's a psychologist. He's trained to study people. So, because in your statement it says that you thought she was an intelligent woman, intelligent enough that she'd be able to get on her feet and be able to work for herself, keep herself stable, and support her kids. Correct?
Yeah.
And
No. Actually, she had battered women syndrome, so she had come to accept the situation she was in and wouldn't seek help. And then also, she was financially dependent upon, what was her name?
but the deceased. Going back to the question before, you also questioned her a month afterwards, right?
Correct.
You don't think that's enough time for someone to make up a story?
I mean, it could be.
Could be?
Could be, yeah.
Could be.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. Alright. That's all I have for right now.
The prosecution is continuously bringing up the fact that she had a month to make up a story, but it is true that, actually not, but how do you,
Just go up to the middle.
Wait, what period?
do you think that Dominique,
I'm Dr. Bobby Phoenix.
do you think that Dominique Stevens was capable of making up the symptoms before the murder?
What do you think, making them up, so like...
Yeah, like,
like
do you
pretending.
think she was faking them, or, okay. Do women who exhibit battered women syndrome try to leave the abusive relationship? Are women with the syndrome often forced into isolation by their abusers? Was this the case with Dominique Stevens? Okay.
Give the jury a brief definition of battered syndrome, women syndrome.
Okay, so battered women syndrome, it takes place over a long period of time. It's when the woman is either beaten or physically or mentally abused, verbally, any type of abuse. And it gets to a point where the person becomes like helpless. And they just, yeah, like what I said earlier.
Do you know the symptoms of it?
Yeah. So they're not going to talk about it. They're going to be covered in bruises, and they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, I fell off my bike again, or I fell down the stairs again." You know that's not actually. So they're going to be lying about what's wrong with them. They're not going to admit to anything, and they're going to kind of be like sunken into themselves somehow.
Because in your statement it says that it's isolation, financial dependence, and extreme fear of retaliation. But yes, yeah, but she escaped. She didn't escape. She left her home, went to a shelter, came back. She wasn't beaten for leaving. And if she was so isolated, how was she able to contact her sister so many times?
Good point.
We done. Come play tomorrow.
I'm just an expert, okay, on battery.
When is it done?
We
All right.
done the presentation about your
2, 3 minutes, 2, 3